All right.
Hey, Blasters. You done talking?
All right. In 5, 4, 3.
Blue Dog Radio. Get out there and blast. Or whatever. I don't care.
Hey, Blasters, and welcome to episode 0 of the Blue Dog Blasting Radio Podcast. So we're calling this one episode 0 because it's not quite episode 1. We're going with a little bit more of introduction, who we are, a little bit of background, why the hell are we doing a podcast, and what you can expect out of seeing a podcast in the future as we start doing episodes 1 and so on.
What is this? Take 3?
Take 3.
Is this take 3 of our episode 1?
Yeah, a little bit. I know we've kind of been teasing episode 1 for quite some time, so we're just gonna scrap that, episode 0, and we're doing it, baby. We're doing it. So I got my boy Kev here. He's the mobile blaster, the metal finisher, the all-around man, myth, and legend. We're gonna touch up on him, see what he's got going on with all his little projects and stuff. But we also got Blue Dog Blasting, Shawn. I do not own Blue Dog Blasting. I just run the place. We are an e-commerce website supplying all the blast parts that I'm sure you guys are well aware of by now. And a lot of the videos that we've done before, we've just kind of gone over some of the products and stuff. We've even done some testing and stuff. But for the podcast, we're going to be more related to you guys. And we'll touch up a little bit more on what to expect from us in the future in just a little bit here. So to get back to me, I just run Blue Dog Blasting, but I also work for Rodeco Company. And Rodeco is the parent company for Blue Dog Blasting. We kind of fall underneath them, and I work out of their building. Our warehouse is in the back along with their warehouse. So we just kind of work together with everything, even though we are separate LLCs and two completely different companies. Other than that, I know Kevin's always busting my balls that, oh, Shawn's too busy. Shawn's doing this, Shawn's doing that. I run another company as well, Paw Print Screen Printing. So I keep busy with that. When I'm not at work, I'm still at work. So, yep, made the shirts for the Blue Dog, made some shirts for Mobile Blaster, made some shirts for Metal Finisher.
It's weird that one of us runs Blue Dog, being you, and the other one does nothing for Blue Dog as far as I don't actually work for Blue Dog, but I'm wearing the shirt to the first podcast, and he's wearing...
I thought about it, man. I was going to, but I'm wearing gray pants, so the gray and gray would have clashed.
Just leave the promotion up to me. I'll handle it.
I usually do. So why don't you take the floor, man? Tell us a little bit about Kevin.
So this might come to a complete surprise to all of you because I always get calls, which I don't mind, and always get messages on Facebook or the website. Yeah, right. I don't get anything on the website. But asking about Blue Dog stuff, and I don't work for Blue Dog. I help Shawn. I just slipped and said Mark.
You're like my contract media guru.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't work for Blue Dog, but I have no problems with you guys reaching out to me because I do have a direct line to Shawn's cell phone number, which I will be putting his cell phone number, his personal number, down there in post. But I work for Rodeco Company. We're a metal finishing equipment supply and service company. We're based out of Sanford, North Carolina. That's actually where I'm at right now. Since this is Blue Dog Radio, I made the 45-minute trip to do this podcast. Well, Shawn, where are you at? Are you in your office?
I'm in the comfort of my own home, baby.
Okay. So, so I've been with Rodeco for a little over 10 years, although I do engage a lot with mobile blasters. Actually, probably 90% of my online engagement is with mobile blasters. They actually make up a very small part of my day-to-day duties. I'm in sales, big surprise, but I work with more manufacturing processes, process development, anything with metal finishing, where you're prepping a surface or removing a coating or anything from a surface. We do stuff like abrasive blast equipment, anything from the portable pots that we talk a lot about, which Blue Dog has all the parts for. Check out the website. To vibratory deburring, parts washing, and a lot of that isn't just your small little machines. A lot of it's big automated pieces of equipment and all the supplies that go with that. Anybody who knows me from this podcast probably knows me more from my websites, the YouTube page we have, the Mobile Blaster, which we share a lot of the content with, the Blue Dog page, because a lot of it is Blue Dog related for the mobile industry. The first site I started, gosh, it's got to be 5 or 6 years ago, the metalfinisher.com. That site, I hate to discourage people from going to it, but it's pretty much useless. The only really value you're going to see in it is going under articles, where under the articles I post a lot of our YouTube videos in the form of a blog post. I've been pretty slack on those for the last couple of years. I'm just starting to get myself in a rhythm of updating and putting up some new content a couple times a week. But then again, you can just go focus all your time on the YouTube page, because everything that's on there ends up on the websites, either one. The other site is the Mobile Blaster. I started that about a year or two after the Metal Finisher. That one was a lot more thought out. It was basically, I started on a group on Facebook, Sandblast Raw, just kind of talking with a bunch of guys that are professionals in the mobile industry, and really noticed that they definitely have a different type of work ethic. They talk differently to each other. They speak their minds. I was really intrigued by that, and I noticed that a lot of the industry is kind of getting watered down, and jobs for these guys are harder to come by. And I'm not going to blame it all on a company called Dustless Blasting, but they're putting out a lot of different machines that can get you started in the industry. And it's kind of flooded that market. So everybody's really fighting tooth and nail to get jobs. So I wanted originally to start that site to just kind of promote some of these mobile blasters. So if you do go to the site, there's a couple areas that might be beneficial. One is the Find a Blaster or Blaster Locator. It's basically a map where if you get in touch with me and you're a mobile blast company, we can ask you a few questions, get some information on where you're at, what type of jobs you'll take, and we'll put you on the map. That's free of charge. So feel free to get in touch with me or call Shawn on his direct personal cell phone anytime, day or night. Another thing on the Mobile Blaster site is the Blaster app. I have the link in the metalfinisher.com at the bottom, but if you click on that, it's going to say can't be found. So just go to the Mobile Blaster. At the top left side of the screen, there's 5 buttons. The first one is the Blaster app. You can click that. And basically, some of the features on that are the bid estimator. This is more for guys newer to the industry. It'll ask you a few questions of like your delivery cost for your media per pound, your disposal costs, and then abrasive consumption, how many pounds per hour you require. And that'll kind of give you a general idea of what you need to be charging per square foot. It's not perfect, so just use it as a guide rather than an actual way to quote your customers. There's another feature on the Blaster app is the nozzle and hose sizer. Again, this is for the newer guys. These guys have been in the industry for quite some time. They already know all this stuff. And then also we have a abrasive profile comparative chart. And that's also useful if you're kind of doing jobs outside your wheelhouse that you're not used to doing. But really, any information outside of those, the app and some other promotional things, every other bit of content you can find on the Mobile Blaster YouTube page. I'll show you guys that. I'll edit it in after we do this video just to give you an idea what the front page looks like. Go there, subscribe. And also the Blue Dog YouTube page, which I hear Shawn's going to start ramping up on the content there. All that stuff kind of leads back to the BlueDogBlasting.com, where you can get all your parts.
Yep. So, and these podcasts are going to kind of hang out there, at least for now, as a home. But we'll always have them there, just so you guys can subscribe to one thing, our YouTube channel, and be able to get these. But we'll probably find, if this thing takes off, maybe find a better place for the podcast to house. So you're probably thinking, why the hell are we doing a podcast? two, a sales guy and a business guy doing a podcast. And it's kind of like Kevin said, was the camaraderie. I don't really just want to build a simple little business, and Kevin doesn't want to just sell parts. We were trying to build more of a community, and what we were finding out there are very kind of segmented or hard to find and closed off little communities. We just want to break the doors down and tell everybody, hey, sandblasting's here, bro. So
going away.
We're with the podcast, we want to have people call in. We want to do interviews. We want to do customer spotlights. We want to have people from the manufacturing side of things talk to us, go out into the field on some blast jobs, stuff like that. So we really want to be more interactive, and we figured a podcast is a great way to do that. So, get in touch with either one of us. There'll be a ton of information in the link below, or in the description section below, so that you guys can get in touch with us. We've already got a couple ideas for next upcoming podcasts, but man, we're all ears. So more than just doing one of the YouTube videos and saying, oh, like and subscribe, comment below. With the podcast, we definitely are going to be pushing interaction and trying to get people on board along with us, be involved in the podcast and not just a comment afterwards, because Kevin's way better at it than I am. I completely suck. I'm hardly ever on Facebook. I don't even see any of the YouTube comments until it's like too late. But with the podcast, man, we're gonna have you guys on, and we want everybody to be part of it, and just be more of a community type of thing, and be here for you guys. And
I think we've been hacked.
What do we got going on here, Cap?
Somebody just tried to join our room.
Hello?
You there?
Hello. How you doing?
Who's this?
Jim Dyer.
Oh my God, the Godfather himself has just hacked in.
Woo!
I heard there's a hot meeting going on. I wanted to get in on this.
Nice. We can't see your face. You have to click that video.
Oh. Well, maybe we can do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't show our video, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go with the voice. We can hear you. I'll post a nice little picture of you, maybe that animated picture down there in your little box.
That's too bad. I had my full face mask out for you.
Oh.
Just in case.
Nice. Hey, welcome, Jim. We were just kind of talking about you and some of the stuff that you've done for the sandblasting community, trying to create more of a community instead of just getting out there and trying to promote your own business.
That's why my ears are burning.
Yep, that's it, man. We're just following your lead.
Yep. So we actually hope to do this a lot in the future, is bring out some of these experts in the mobile blast industry and kind of learn a little bit about their business, some of the struggles and stuff. So I guess that kind of brings us to the first question for you, Jim Dyer. Tell us a little bit about your business and your history in the mobile blast industry, and a little bit about your company.
Yeah. Well, I started out working at a Bath Iron Works, which is a shipbuilder for the Navy. They subcontractor, I guess, or something like that. I guess they call them. Did that for almost about 15 years, I guess, and then decided to jump out and start doing the mobile blasting around Maine. And started out with a trailer, mounted everything on, pretty much all self-bought. I didn't buy one of the rigs all set up yet and stuff, and thought I'd give it 3 years and just kind of give it a go, see how it goes and stuff. And we're almost 12, 15 years into it, traveling around doing jobs from about New Hampshire to northern Maine and stuff.
Nice. And I hear you have a pretty nice, my notes here say a dustless blaster rig. Is that's what you...
No dustless blaster. The only thing we use is either a wind nozzle or a homemade line that squirts the water in. But yeah, I can see where it might work in some applications for some people. And we're more of the old school dry blasting, I guess. We prefer to blow it off and paint afterwards. Not wait a week.
Gotcha. Hey, how's business going? I heard you guys got snow.
Oh, we got almost 8 to 12 inches the last 2 days. I've been it's good timing too. We just got off the generator. We've been running with no power for 2 days. The household and the business. And I tell you what, not fun. Not fun. I'm ready for a shower.
Yeah. Well, you don't got the video going. Otherwise, I'd show you outside the window. The sun's shining, birds singing, about 60 degrees out there.
Well, sun's out now, but it wasn't yesterday.
Can you actually see us, Jim?
No, I can't see nothing. I called the number there, and it didn't give me the option to join in, I guess.
Well, that's fine. We just need to hear that beautiful voice. So
no, I don't know about that,
but the big question I got for you is, how is business today, kind of in this coronavirus situation, compared to maybe a few months ago? Are you seeing things drop off? I know the weather's been an issue for you, but what about?
No, the certain types of jobs, we've chose not to do some of the jobs that's probably more public, I guess, in town, stuff like that. We still are considered essential, I guess, because we support so many different trades as far as construction, boats, buildings, things like that and stuff. So we're still kind of doing, well, we still do jobs in the shop, doing things a little bit differently as far as how things are dropped off, picked up, shaking hands, all that good stuff, But we still do a lot of different business, but we're probably about maybe half running right now from where we were about a month ago. But we're still working, which is we're glad. There's a lot of business out there that's not working right now, so just happy to be doing something, basically.
Absolutely, man.
You think after kind of this settles down and people are actually able to go back to their normal day-to-day lives, do you see a lot of business opportunities, maybe in the form of sanitation jobs?
Maybe. I mean, it depends. I mean, the coronavirus there that's come out is really, I think it's opened a lot of people's eyes on, washing hands, doing that, not coughing on people, whatnot, stuff, should have been doing that anyways, right?
Yeah. But
I think, the big thing, like you were saying about I know we've had some talks on the sites and stuff about, spraying disinfectant and things like that and stuff, maybe the things like, for me, I'm looking at grocery carts, things like that, entrances to, say, I don't want to say certain big companies' names and stuff, but where there's a lot of public going in and out of buildings and stuff like that, maybe it might be something that's something they're going to start doing more and more instead of just letting it happen,
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and I think a lot of takeaway from small business guys is going to be, if we were kind of living in a day where you almost need some sort of web presence. But now, if you're not online, you might as well quit. And I think moving forward after this, I think it's going to change the way business is, because whether you're small or you're big, if you don't have some sort of web presence, it's part of the game at this point.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we have a lot of callback customers, but that's from, building it for 10 years and people knowing your stuff. But we still have a lot of calls that are first time. They actually, they find your website or they find an ad on Craigslist or whatnot or something like that, So, I mean, I bet you 30% of my business, just because I'm established, but it's still the go-to thing is everyone jumps on the internet, goes to see who's around, websites, things like that stuff. If you don't have a website that's not built to kind of answer people's questions and stuff, I think they're just going to thumb down and go to the next one,
So, yeah.
I definitely see that, yeah.
On that note, I know people can kind of find out a little bit about your business through some videos we've done on the mobileblaster.com and on the YouTube page. But for those interested in learning about Jim Dyer and Jim Dyer soda blasting, where can they find you? Where's a good spot to check you out at?
Well, Facebook's a good place. I don't have the address to that, but let's see here. I got my glasses on.
I can put that in the description.
Yeah, isn't it Dyer Soda Blasting?
Yeah, it's the webpage is Dyers, Dyer, soda blasting.com.
And do you do most of your work? Is it soda blasting?
No, we do tons and tons of different types of media. We use garnet, glass, aluminum oxide, steel shot. We use soda. Every job has a different application and surface prep that you want to have on there. So we tend to do a little bit more of a custom. That was my phone going off. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. So we do more of a custom blasting for people. I get the old goat screaming that.
Is that what that was? I thought somebody had the Corona behind you.
Yeah. No. Believe it or not, that's the only one I can hear over my rig running. So, but we do a lot of different stuff, a lot of customized blasting, I guess, for the paint guys, depending on what they're looking for, type of material, stuff like that, wood, stone, fiberglass, airplanes, everything. So what are you doing, Shawn?
Oh, working from home these days, so that's kind of nice.
I
got a guy in the warehouse.
I received my package. I received my package over from you. Very nice, very fast. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much for the prompt service on that.
Not a problem, man. I appreciate the business.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm working from home, taking all the calls, working the website, getting everything in line, kind of doing a few things here and there to try to make things a little bit more streamlined, a little bit easier for the customer. And we've got guys in the warehouse packing things up and taking care of all the orders. So we're still full steam ahead here. We just do things a little bit. That's all. He's definitely
showing his full support for the alcoholic beverage industry.
I heard the alcohol sales like quadrupled or something like that.
Yeah. Like I said, this isn't apple juice, but it's 7 a.m. somewhere.
I just got done working, so I'm not even into it yet.
Nice. Well, anything else you want to get out there, Mr. Dyer?
I don't think so. I think you guys are going to handle it from here on out. You guys are doing pretty well. I'm looking forward to seeing more and more guys maybe getting interviewed on here and see what they've got to talk about and stuff. Definitely, this is a good way to go, having the podcast and stuff. It's nice to see a lot of different guys from around the world doing the same thing and seeing different things going on and stuff. I've definitely, believe it or not, you never know everything. And I gotta hand it to some of the guys on the site. I've learned a lot from being on there too. So I'm the test and trial guy.
It's definitely educational. I've said this many times. I go on to your group there, and I've been in the industry just over 10 years on the sales side of things. But you guys have so much knowledge in that group. There's guys that literally, there's a guy in Raleigh that just started mobile blasting, I think 6 months to a year ago. And this guy knows 20,000 times more than I do about the stuff and the equipment. So it's definitely really good to get on there, and just from an educational purpose, I love it. You guys really mix it up with people. I know we've had a competitor of mine, I guess, got kind of shamed out of the group for starting a fight on his first week there, but whatever.
Oh, hey, you know what? I mean, it's shop talk page for a reason. So if you don't have a hard turtle shell, then time to go home.
Yes, sir.
The crayons out.
Well, we appreciate you being our first guest. I mean, Shawn, we can only go down from here. We have the Godfather.
Hey, we just had praise from Caesar.
You can only go up from here.
Oh no, he really made a splash in our animated series, and I look forward to doing more stuff with you, Jim. And again, really appreciate you coming on. And whenever we reschedule this demo date, I really look forward to seeing you and Mike out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're a little bummed out it got canceled, but there's always another day. Hopefully
but not canceled, just postponed.
Postponed. Right.
We actually,
we
we'll get you out here in some nicer weather. Maybe I'll get you into a nicer hotel this time, and we'll do a little more.
no, the hotel was perfect. You know, the anything that's above 20 degrees and no snow, we're in.
Nice. Well, cool, Jim.
Awesome, Jim.
I'll get in touch with you shortly, and we'll plan another time to get you on here with more, I guess, planned, detailed discussion. But you're great. We appreciate you. And Shawn, you got anything, Mr. Dyer?
Hope I didn't embarrass anybody.
No, not at all, man. It was like I said, praise from Caesar to have your blessing for this, and we'll definitely have you on again because you, along with a whole lot of other guys, have great knowledge. We're just going to try to, do a little bit more specific when we start doing the episodes, and just pick a topic and go off of that and pick your brain, and hopefully guys that are getting into it will learn something, and guys that have been in for a while, we can all start a conversation and get it going, man.
Definitely. Sounds like a really good time.
And before you leave, Jim, I just realized we weren't recording at all. We're going to have to start this over real quick.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, man. We've taken up enough of your weekend time. Appreciate having you. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you, guys. You guys be safe out there.
You too.
Bye, Jim.
Kevin, make sure you wash your hands.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Oh, he's the filthiest one. He used to be washing them constantly.
Yeah, I think he needs more than just washing his hands. So, he washes his mouth out with soap. I tell you what, sometimes.
I will.
Guys, thank you very much for having me on.
All right, man. We'll catch you later.
Thank you, Jim.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Bye.
We'll wait till he closes out that so we can see a little bit more of our beautiful faces. There we go.
Well.
You know what's weird? How long have we been on? For a half hour?
Probably.
And you still haven't called me out for this Band-Aid on my face.
Oh my God. What are you, R. Kelly or Nelly or whatever it was?
I was trying to bring back the 90s or 2000s with Nelly, the rapper. No, actually, I'm using it to hide a herpes.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, there's no amount of soap in that mouth that will still get that taste.
I kid. I'm 40 years old, and I just noticed a zit on my face and decided, what better time to pop that bastard than 5 minutes before going on a podcast.
Nice. Hopefully your editing software takes care of all of this.
No, I'm going to let the people see what I deal with. This is my struggle right here.
I didn't even see it, man, but I'm working off a cell phone right now, so I can barely see anything here.
So I guess that kind of gives you an idea of kind of where we're going with this podcast. Unfortunately, we had to have our best guest on our first podcast, but it's great to have Jim on here. And
Absolutely.
Is that what we can expect in the future?
Yeah, and I think we'll be out on site sometimes. We'll showcase a customer and promote their business as well. The regular YouTube videos that we've done showcasing some of the products of Blue Dog Blasting, those have their own place. That's not going to be what we're doing here. I think we're going to probably keep with the same approach that we've done most of our other videos, with the unbiased. We're not pushing to sell. We're just going to kind of cover a couple things that are industry specific, and like I said, build a community and try to promote some of the customers, showcase and spotlight some manufacturers, some different types of equipment and stuff like that. And it'd be great to go out, see some awesome big projects that guys are tackling, and just kind of do a bunch of different things, try to keep it fresh all the time.
Cool. And I'm not going to give out any names, but we got a couple people that have pretty much committed to coming on. Some manufacturers of some of the equipment you guys are using out there in the field. Some media suppliers / manufacturers we'll be bringing on here to interview. And I think we got a bunch of guys that are actually just in the industry, like Jim Dyer, and we really want to get an idea of what they're dealing with out in various parts of the country. and let them promote their business a little bit and talk about maybe some struggles or some new things they're seeing in the industry. So I look forward to getting on to episode 1.
Absolutely.
Not exactly sure what that's going to be yet, but just we'll keep you posted on all the social media links and websites. That brings up where we're going to house this. I know eventually we're going to do once we get a few under our belt, we're going to use the audio and go to some kind of hosting service so you guys can listen to it when you're out in the job site and not have to stare at these two ugly mugs. But where are we originally going to host these videos? I know we talked about YouTube. Definitely
Yeah,
Blue
probably
Dog
YouTube
Blasting.
for right now.
So definitely on Blue Dog Blasting. Are we going to post them likely on the mobile blaster, but as a playlist? So if you want to see these as soon as possible, right when they come out, you'll likely want to go to the Blue Dog Blasting YouTube page. I'll eventually start doing a blog post on the mobile blaster. So if you go there and you go under, I believe I have my notes here. I don't think it's either the blog or the articles. That shows you how well I know my website. But we'll be posting them under there in a blog format, but the video will be accessible through there. Anywhere else, Shawn?
Not that I'm aware of just yet, but I'm sure we'll see how this thing goes. And if we start taking off like crazy, man, we'll probably have to find somewhere good for guys to just listen to the audio while they're out there doing their thing. And because, at least for right now, this is YouTube, go down into the comments, tell us how we did, what you like, what you want to see, if you want to be part of it, all that other fun stuff. That's how we're going to keep this thing rolling.
And I'll tell you, I'll give you guys one promise here. You're going to get, you'll definitely hear back from us if you leave a comment, whether you like what we're doing or what you don't like what we're doing. We love constructive criticism. So if you guys have something you'd like to see or something we need to improve on, put it in the comment section. I know Shawn doesn't check a lot, but if you do it on the mobile blaster, I check every night. Good or bad, I will respond if it's in a question format. We're not going to be one of those douche companies that, responds to only ones giving us praise. And then when they have their podcast the next day, they call out all the people giving bad feedback to them as trolls. So we will get back to you. We will respond to your questions, and hopefully you got some good advice for us to move forward and kind of make this a little more professional.
Absolutely. So basically the only thing left is to let them know, Kev.
Get out there and blast.
Get out there and blast.
All right, is it over?
I hope so. Click the stop recording me button.
No, I don't. I can't find it.
Blue Dog Radio. Get out there and blast. Or whatever. I don't care.